My name is Haley Ledford, and welcome to my presentation on the historical figure Baden Powell. Baden Powell was born to Henrietta Grace Smith and Baden Powell. Baden's father died when he was very young, leaving him and his 9 siblings to his mother alone. She sent her children to school as soon as she could. Baden first attended Rose Hill School of Tunbridge Wells and then later transferred on a scholarship to a charter school. At this charter school is where he really began to start practicing his scouting abilities. He was often caught skipping class and hunting and cooking game in the woods near his school. After school, his family really wanted him to attend a college, but he failed the entrance exam to the university that they wanted him to attend, so he settled for the military. Baden was in the military for 34 years of his life. He held many different positions and was traveled various locations. He started in Her Majesty's Army and then transferred to the Zulu tribesmen. And the Zulu tribesmen is important because he again started to practice those skills, which he was not only practicing and bettering them, but he was also getting acknowledged by his superiors. He then transferred again to the 5th Dragoon Guard, which is where he wrote his first book or manual in the Aids to Scouting, which is a book that is still read today. It housed not only his military lectures for his military men, but it also inhabited the skills that he thought were important for his military men to obtain. He wanted them to be independent and also be able to survive the environments that they were and circumstances that they were in. He transferred again into fighting in the Boer Army, and there he was under some very unfortunate circumstances on the side that he was fighting for, but he was actually aided by the Mafeking Cadet Corps. This was a group of young boys who were courageous and very helpful to Baden by lending a hand in the military or even the front lines, transferring or sending mail. All that they could do, they were doing. And he really opened his mind to the abilities of young boys and what independence and courageousness that they can house as individuals. After retiring from the military, Baden met his wife on a cruise liner ship to New York, where he was starting his scouting world tours. Her name was Olav Baden Powell, and together they had 3 children, Peter, Betty, and Heather. Baden Powell was very significant to the industry of parks, recreation, and leisure. His significance is really housed within what he did with the Boy Scouts. This youth organization that he created not only influenced other youth organizations, but it had certain aspects that are very beneficial to our practices today. He has an environment for inclusion. He had boys from working households, from rich households, from school. All these various different young men were in this group and included. And we even see inclusiveness today, where the Boy Scouts are now the Scouts, which is inclusive for all genders. And Baden also found it very important to house an environment for youth education. He taught these boys or expected these boys to learn new skills and then rewarded them. So you're getting rewarded for having more knowledge and having more skills within yourself, which is it was a beneficial practice. And he also found it very important for the youth to have knowledge, to have a voice and be able to speak and know and be informed. So Baden Powell is very important to our industry. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation.